A very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News. Come to you live and direct from the Newsfirst Centre here in Colombo. I'm Florine Rajendran. Here's a look at your headlines. JHU Group Leader Venerable Athuraliye Rathanathero informs Minister Basil Rajapaksa of his intention to resign from the Divalapite Divisional Development Committee. Investigations commence into the shooting of a three-wheeler by police personnel in Hokandara. The Hindu reports that 25 Sri Lankan refugees have commenced a fast at the central prison in South India. In those stories in detail now, Jatika Hello Urumaya Group Leader Venerable Athuraliye Rathanathero has informed Minister Basil Rajapaksa of his intentions to resign from the Divalapite Divisional Development Committee. The Thero, in an official letter to the minister, stated that he will be handing over the official vehicle belonging to the committee. Accordingly, Venerable Athuraliye Rathanathero notified Minister Basil Rajapaksa in his resignation letter to hand over his responsibilities to another individual. Now, various views were expressed yesterday by a number of politicians on the proposed presidential election and the executive presidency.
The incumbent president contested in the election, saying that he will abolish the executive presidency. Having said that, they established a two-thirds majority and passed the 18th Amendment to the Constitution. They raised their hands and said that he can contest not only 2 times, but for a full lifetime. Now they are saying that it was decided to contest for a 3rd term. I should mention one thing. Even if it's decided to contest for the 3rd term, you should keep in mind that it is the ordinary people of the country who get to decide whether you can win for a 3rd term. The opposition is still unable to find a presidential candidate. They are confused. We have already gone forward and completed 50% of the journey. We can see that through the enthusiasm and the excitement in your faces. The UNP has agreed to come into a policy-based agreement to abolish the executive presidency. We agreed to establish, as in the past, a Prime Minister and a Cabinet which is accountable to the legislature. And secondly, we agreed to bring in the 17th Amendment to the Constitution. This is the amendment which includes an independent state service. 50% of the tasks in the run-up to the presidential elections are complete. People are running along roads in an effort to find the common candidate. I remember arriving early for New Year celebrations to this ground when I was young. We searched for this hidden guest the whole day. In a similar fashion, they tap on people's shoulders and ask them if they are the common candidate.
You're watching Lunchtime News on MTV Sports. On to some headline-making news. Investigations have commenced into the shooting of a three-wheeler by police personnel in Hokandara yesterday. Police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rohn said that investigations have been undertaken by a team of police officers led by an assistant superintendent of police. The shooting had reportedly occurred last night. Police say 2 individuals who sustained injuries in the incident are currently being treated at the Homagama hospital. Meanwhile, a police officer who was knocked down by a three-wheeler in the incident has also been hospitalized.
Investigations into the incident are being carried out, headed by an ASP. We will look into whether power has been used in an appropriate manner or whether it has been misused in this shooting. And we will also look into whether the individuals did not heed the police orders to stop the three-wheeler, and if so, what was the reason.
Minister of Irrigation and Water Resources Management, Nimal Siripala de Silva, says that there are several economic principles embedded in the distribution of motorbikes to state sector employees. The minister made these statements on addressing an event held at the Ministry of Irrigation and Water Resources Management. The event was held to distribute motorbikes to 789 employees of the Mahavali Authority. Minister of Economic Development Basil Rajapaksa attended the event as the chief guest.
Our president is a state leader who spreads his arms out to strengthen the state sector even without a prior request for him to do so. Did anyone ask for a bicycle? No. But the president thought that through this endeavour, matters such as number 1 transportation issues will be solved. An employee will be at the workplace before time and not give excuses as the public bus is delayed. Secondly, their efficiency at work will also improve, and through that the national production will increase and result in the strengthening of the national economy, which will thereby lead the country towards its journey to become the wonder of Asia. So many of you may raise a question such as, what could we do with the bicycle? But hidden with this is several economic agendas, not only for you, but for the country as a whole.
ආර්ථික න්‍යායන් රාශියක් තියෙනවා. ආර්ථික ප්‍රතිලාභයන් රාශියක් තියෙනවා. ඔබට පමණක් නෙවෙයි මේ රටේ ජනතාව වෙනුවෙන්.
මේ පෞද්ගලික පහසුකම් ලබා දෙනවා වගේම මේ තුලින්.
Through this we are fulfilling personal and public needs. We know very well that through the use of these bicycles, the services provided to the public could be strengthened.
රාජ්‍ය සංස්ථා අංශයට පුරුදු කරයි කියලා අපි හිතනවා. ඒ අනුව අනිත් ශේෂ්ත්‍රවල ඉන්න අයටත් මේ ලැබෙන ඇති කියලා අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනකින් ඔබ සියලු දෙනාටම සුබ අනාගතයක් වේවායි ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරමින් මානනීය.
The Colombo Municipal Council says that 4 high-risk zones for the spread of dengue have been identified within the town of Colombo due to the prevailing rainy weather conditions being experienced. Chief Health Officer Dr. Ruan Vijayamuni stated that Narayanpeta, Dematagoda, Mahavatta and areas adjoining the Colombo National Hospital have been identified as high-risk areas for the spread of dengue. He further stated that in the last week alone, 95 dengue patients were identified within the Colombo city.
95 suspected dengue cases have been reported from the city of Colombo within the last week alone. This is a very high number. What we have identified was that the households are once again having locations that are favorable for the breeding of mosquitoes. Yogurt cups, coconut shells and even the concrete slab could be favorable for mosquito breeding. If the public does not show proper attention to these, dengue could rise once again and could go into an epidemic condition.
The Hindu news website reported that 26 refugees, including 25 Sri Lankan refugees, have commenced a fast at the central prison in South India. The Hindu added that the protesters commenced the fast demanding the early completion of the legal cases against them.
They face several charges including illegal entry and suspected association with the LTTE. The refugees were recently transferred to the special camp at the central prison from several other camps in Tamil Nadu. The group of 26 refugees engaged in the fast also includes a Malaysian citizen. The Hindu further added that the refugees had informed authorities that they would not take food unless there was an assurance that the cases against them were settled soon, noting that it was unfair to conduct the trial of the cases for so long when peace prevailed in Sri Lanka.
Moving into some sports news, Lyceum International Wattala took the lead at the International Schools Swimming Championship. Lyceum Wattala managed to score 1,111 points at the championship that is being held at the Sugadadasa Swimming Pool Complex in Colombo. Gateway International were the runners-up of the championship, while Lyceum Nugegoda were the second runners-up. Hirini D'Souza of Gateway International won the award for the best female swimmer under 16, while Themia Aryananda, also of Gateway International, won the award for the best male swimmer. And that's a wrap of lunchtime news here at News First. For the News First team, I'm Florine Rajendran. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Hotline 0114 896 896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.